Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now, Special Edition.
The hoods were up and umbrellas were out for this morning's Easter egg hunt in Riverfront Park. This did not seem to dampen the spirits of the families that turned out for this holiday tradition. Thanks for being with us here this evening. I'm Jordan Smith. And while it might not have been the springtime weather we had hoped for this weekend, our First Alert Weather team has been tracking these showers all week and is here to help you plan your Easter Sunday around the wet weather. So we'll send things over to Jason Valentine for a look at what's to come our way, Jason.
So Jordan, a little give and take. We had a rainy Saturday morning for those Easter egg hunts. Tomorrow, partly cloudy skies.
Okay.
Should be nice, but you might want a coat. It's going to be awfully chilly. Good Saturday evening, everyone. Hope you are having a wonderful day. Hey, we have a lightning show going on just to the north of Sandpoint. Quite a bit going there. That's the only cell coming through. Just one also just a little north of Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. These are going to be moving on. We're going to be looking at drier conditions, but we do expect showers to return tomorrow, but it looks like it'll be in the afternoon. So right now in Spokane, 56. We do have some of that shower activity hitting Coeur d'Alene. 51 right now. It's been well off of what we've been seeing the past few days. Yesterday it was lower 60s. Today we're back to where our average is, around the mid 50s, but still Coeur d'Alene has been a little bit chillier for the past week because they've been in more or less the shadow of these cold temperatures coming through Montana, the western part of Montana. So that is why that is. So winds, we are seeing a little bit of push. We do expect to see 15 to 10 mile per hour winds at times tomorrow for your Easter. So a little bit breezy at times, so do be prepared for that as well. So here's our evening planner. We have mostly clear skies after these showers get out of the way, and then we'll see partly cloudy skies for your Easter morning. Look at these temperatures though, so depending on what time your hunt is, it is going to be a bit chilly, but should be dry, but wetness coming in the afternoon. I'll get you prepared for that Easter Sunday in my full forecast. That's coming up.
All right, we're looking forward to it, Jason. Thanks for that. And this morning's gloomy weather wasn't enough to stop hundreds from spending their day cleaning up the banks of the Spokane River for the Riverkeepers' annual Earth Day cleanup. More than 600 people signed up for the community-wide event at High Bridge Park and Peoples Park. By 10:30, more than 300 people were already hard at work.
This is our most impactful cleanup of the year. Every cleanup makes an impact. It's less trash in our river. It's less things that can break it down and pollute, less things that animals mistake for food and eat.
And last year's Earth Day cleanup removed about 9,000 pounds of trash. Liv Kindle, river cleanup and outreach lead for the Spokane Riverkeeper, says this trash can break down into our river and its toxins can even end up in our drinking water.
We do not want that to happen. We want to protect that resource. We want to remove that trash to prevent that breakdown from happening in the first place. And river cleanup is a great way to get the community involved. It's a great way where everyone can do a little bit to help.
And you can learn more about the Riverkeeper and their future events on our website. Just head to KXOY.com. Well, a Washington State Baseball Hall of Fame and American Legion Hall of Fame coach was honored today at Shadle Park. His 37 years leading the Highlanders, culminating into a very special moment, Jack.
The team gathered for their game against Central Valley a little bit beforehand, early here, to celebrate the legendary career of Ron Brooks. He's a cornerstone in the Shadle Park community.
Seniors, please pull down the banner.
That was the moment Coach Brooks saw the huge outfield banner unveiled, officially renaming the park Ron Brooks Field at Al K. Jackson. Brooks' 37 years of coaching included 60 Highlanders who played college ball, 6 selected in the MLB draft. And with so many people piled into the ballpark to witness today's big event, organizer Mick Barber and Coach Brooks himself spoke with us on what this honor means to them.
It's very humbling. It's very humbling. It's very special. I was a very lucky guy to be in a situation at Shadle Park and the north side in this community and around good kids, a good community, and it was a job that I just look forward to every day. I was really fortunate to be in that position.
It's always been a pleasure and it's an honor to be part of this. And what brought us to this is all these years that he's been around and having a huge influence on the kids and the baseball players in our community.
Both Barber and his 2 sons were coached by Brooks and say that they owe just so much to him. Sticking in baseball, the Seattle Mariners needed some juice on offense after their pretty weak Game 1 performance in the series against the Toronto Blue Jays, and the combined power of rookie Ben Williamson and former Blue Jay Rowdy Tellez got the job done for Seattle, evening the series at 1-game-all after an 8-4 12th inning win. Tellez hit a monster grand slam in the top of the 12th to blow the game wide open. The M's salvaging a win after bases loaded with 1 out produced no runs in the top of the 10th. So good to get out of that jam. Game 2 of the 3-game series tomorrow at 10:37 a.m. Pacific time. So a great day for baseball, despite not the best weather, at least a little bit early on. But we can start on something, maybe we can move a little bit faster, right?
Yeah, over at the Spokane kart racetracks in Airway Heights, drivers of all ages gathered for the first race of the season.
And our sports reporter, Sydney Berger, was able to catch up with the youngest drivers in this crew. Let's just say they're not letting anything stand in their way of tearing up the track. Hear what these kids have to say about their need for speed and her full story still to come on this special edition of 4 News Now.
All right, Jack, thanks for that. And that is a story you are not going to want to miss. Well, a new life-saving tool for people experiencing sudden cardiac arrest is now available at a popular sports complex in Spokane. The Dwight Merkel Sports Complex received its first automated external defibrillator today, also known as an AED. This save station will be accessible 24/7, located near the restroom building.
The cabinet is heated, ventilated, it has an alarm as well, so when you open it, the alarm goes off. It's got a camera built in, so it takes pictures, and then it automatically notifies people that are pre-configured on the list for notification. So,
according to Project One, the organization donating the save station, sudden cardiac arrest can happen at any time, regardless of one's age or health. And an AED works by analyzing a person's heart rhythm and shocking the heart to restore a normal heartbeat.
what we know is with prompt CPR use and an AED, we can get that survival rate close to 70 to 80%. It's really important for parents to know CPR, but also that like 1 in 300 kids have an undiagnosed heart condition.
Adam Lang, head of the operations for Project 100, the company supplying the device, says that these AEDs are just easy to use. All you have to do is follow the instructions on the device if the situation calls for it. Spokane County is seeing a staggering rise in overdose deaths. On Friday, city and county leaders met to discuss this crisis, taking a unified approach to address it. Our Alexandra Cohen-Yards joined us in studio here tonight with what changes are being proposed.
Jordan, take a look at this graph behind me. It shows the number of overdose deaths in Spokane County over the last 6 years. Between 2018 and 2024, overdose deaths surged 300% in Spokane County. In fact, in 2024, they accounted for roughly 5% of all deaths in this region. Meetings between the Spokane City Council and county commissioners are unusual. Commissioner Chair Mary Cuney pointed out this might be one of the only ones in recent history, showing how concerning this problem has become.
Obviously, Spokane is outpacing the state average, and our state outpaces the national average in terms of overdose deaths. So it really remains an acute and real issue for people in our community.
The county has nearly $40 million in opioid settlement funds on the table to address this issue. Deputy City Administrator Maggie Yates says medicated-assisted treatment and sobering beds have been identified as key priorities.
Theme we find is that there are no places to take people immediately when they determine the need for recovery. Is that if you have a family member and they say, I want to receive care now, you got to call a place, you got to hope that they receive them, they have to do an assessment, and then you may have to wait 2 weeks.
Justin Johnson, Spokane County Director of Community Services, went on to say the hope is to remove that barrier completely so people can get access to crisis relief and help immediately. The proposal from Yates and Johnson includes a long-term project of building a sobering center expansion to the Crisis Stabilization Center. That would be a 2-year project with a tentative date of completion in the spring of 2027. Reporting in studio tonight, Alexandra Konyarts, 4 News Now.
All right, Alexandra, thank you for that. New rulings in the case against suspected killer Brian Kohberger reveals the evidence the state wants to use and will use in trial. Attorneys argued several motions last week about what can be used at trial, and one of those being the testimony from the surviving roommate that the intruder in her house the night of the murder had bushy eyebrows. The defense arguing that because that roommate said the night was fuzzy, that the testimony would be unreliable. The judge ruling that because she was the sole witness, her testimony is highly relevant in that case. And this ruling was among several that the judge made last week. The judge ruling his lawyers cannot mention Kohberger's autism diagnosis to the jury unless he takes the stand in his own defense. The lawyers say mentioning it will explain what might be perceived as odd behavior while he sits at the defense table. The judge disagrees, saying his demeanor is not relevant. And more information about testimonies and what could be included at trial here in August can be found on our website. Head to KXLY.com. When we come back here tonight, it's the Supreme Court versus the White House. Justices that just ordered a halt to deportations of Venezuelan migrants. The constitutional showdown that's heating up over due process rights. That's still ahead. Plus, Russian President Vladimir Putin declaring a 2-day truce with Ukraine for the Easter holiday. The response from Kyiv, that's after the break.
And folks, we had consistent morning showers this morning. Will that happen again for your Easter morning? I'll get you and your family prepared. My first alert weather forecast. You're watching 4 News Now, weekends.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
4 News Now weather is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel.
Rain or shine, day or night, good weather always reigns at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. No matter the weather, winning is better. Your 7-day forecast calls for fun at the Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Coeur d'Alene Casino, winning is just the beginning. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
2 minutes for checking to Berkeley Cap. Get your exclusive Spokane Chiefs debit card from Numerica today.
Feeling the squeeze at the store? Prices are up, and with new tariffs looming, it could get worse. I'm Natalie Grant. I'll share some simple tips to stretch your dollar and save, starting in your own kitchen. That's Monday on Good Morning Northwest.
For over 43 years, Northwest Fence has been selling and installing the very best fences in the region. From high-end commercial to small residential projects, no fencing job is too big or too small, which is why we are proud of our 5-star Industry Leader Awards that reflect our hard work and dedication to every job. So this spring, if you need a new fence or possibly a beautiful automated security gate, give us a call for a free quote at Northwest Fence. Nobody builds them better.
All across Washington, people are coming together
to restore our rivers and streams.
We're planting trees and shrubs to cool and purify the water,
making it healthier for salmon.
Each project improves water quality and creates new habitat for fish and wildlife.
The ripples of these projects will be felt for generations.
Be a part of the ripple effect by volunteering with your local conservation district.
Attention Eastern Washington and Western Idaho shoppers. The great $500,000 Spokane Ennis inventory liquidation just got better. Many items have been reduced even more off our already slashed prices. Save big during the remaining days of our inventory liquidation. You'll still find plenty, all famous furniture brands. This entire inventory has been slashed and it all has to go. Now, see it all at our temporary off-site showroom at 7503 North Division, next to Big 5. Believe us, you will not be disappointed.
Around the world today, Russian President Vladimir Putin declared a brief Easter truce in his war with Ukraine, saying all hostilities will pause for a brief 2-day period. Putin added that the truce will help Russia determine how sincere Kyiv is about wanting to reach a ceasefire. Ukrainian President Zelensky posting to X shortly after the Russian leader announced the move, calling it, quote, yet another attempt by Putin to play with human lives. It wasn't immediately clear whether or not Kyiv will accept this truce. If it does not accept, this will be the first, if it does accept rather, it would be the first pause in the conflict since Russia's February of 2022 full-scale invasion. Following an appeal from the American Civil Liberties Union, the Supreme Court is temporarily blocking the deportation of Venezuelan migrants being held in Texas under the Alien Enemies Act. This is a law that dates back to 1798. The ACLU is also taking on the case of international students who have had their student visas revoked. ABC's Selena Wang joined us here with the details.
Following an emergency appeal from the ACLU, the Supreme Court temporarily blocking the deportation of Venezuelan migrants being held in Texas under the Alien Enemies Act. The ruling directs the Trump administration to pause until further order of this court deportations under a centuries-old wartime law which provides little to no due process. The ACLU saying they're relieved and that these men were in imminent danger of spending their lives in a horrific foreign prison without ever having had a chance to go to court. Meanwhile, multiple ACLU state affiliates have filed a class action lawsuit seeking to represent all international students in New England and Puerto Rico who have had their student status terminated by the Trump administration. The group says none of the students reflected in the lawsuit have violated the conditions of their F-1 student visas. This comes amid the continuing battle over Kilmar Abrego Garcia, a migrant mistakenly deported to a prison in El Salvador. Democratic Senator Chris Van Hollen getting the chance to meet with Abrego Garcia.
This case is not just about one man. It's about protecting the constitutional rights of everybody who resides in the United States of America.
The Trump administration insists Abrego Garcia is a violent gang member, but his family denies the allegation. He has no criminal convictions, and they've provided no evidence. President Trump criticizing Van Hollen's trip.
No, look, he's a fake. I know him. I know them all. They're all fake. And they have no interest in that prisoner. That prisoner's record is unbelievably bad.
Van Hollen says the administration is blatantly defying the Supreme Court, which has ordered them to facilitate Abrego Garcia's return to the United States. Selena Wang, ABC News, Washington.
Closer to home here tonight, the city of Spokane is launching a program in hopes of connecting our most vulnerable with the vital resources that they need. Why Spokane Fire says that this emergency shelter bed program has been needed for a long time. Plus tonight, how much Americans are spending for Easter and which holiday staple is expected to be more expensive this year.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
At Northern Quest, it's easy to get distracted with over 1,500 slot machines, including 392 different slot titles, all competing for your attention. A sexy Roman god here, a magical owl wizard there. Whatever's going on here. It can be a little overwhelming until you realize our slot machines pay out $167 million in annual jackpots. You're not so distracted now, are you? Northern Quest. Yes, the best.
For over 50 years, North Idaho Urology has been the trusted leader in urological care. From routine checkups to advanced prostate cancer treatment, our expert team is dedicated to your health every step of the way. With cutting-edge technology, personalized care, and locations in Coeur d'Alene, Post Falls, and Sandpoint, we're here when you need us most. Don't wait. Early detection saves lives. Schedule your appointment today at niurology.com or call 208-667-0621.
Attention, Eastern Washington and Western Idaho shoppers. The great $500,000 Spokane Ennis inventory liquidation just got better. Many items have been reduced even more off our already slashed prices. Save big during the remaining days of our inventory liquidation. You'll still find plenty, all famous furniture brands. This entire inventory has been slashed and it all has to go. Now, see it all at our temporary off-site showroom at 7503 North Division, next to Big 5. Believe us, you will not be disappointed.
You sure you're gonna be okay? I'll be fine. Bye.
Honey, hi.
Hey, how are you guys?
We're getting by.
Great, me too.
Can we call you back?
You never want to lose your edge. This is an SUV that really understands that. The Lexus RX. Start living your life to the fullest by living simply in a tiny home from Portable Cedar Cabins. Less is truly more with all the amenities and comforts of a traditional home with a much smaller footprint. Each home is custom built and ready for you to move in and start enjoying the little things in life, including financial freedom. Homes from Portable Cedar Cabins are about half the price of the competition and about a quarter of the cost of a traditional home. Contact Portable Cedar Cabins today. Your worry-free tiny home is waiting for you just north of Spirit Lake, Idaho on Highway 41.
Book your stay and play getaway today at Mistaqua.com.
People are expected to spend more on Easter this year, according to a report from the National Retail Federation. Despite economic uncertainty, shoppers plan to spend $23.6 billion this Easter, with a B, over $1 billion more than last year. Most of this spending is done on candy, which accounts for over $3 billion. And don't be surprised if those chocolate eggs cost more this year. The rise of cocoa has been, or the price of cocoa has been on the rise for several years now due to crop shortages from the droughts.
So, Jordan, the most divisive of the Easter candy is the Peeps. What's your view on Peeps?
Oh, man, I'm not a Peeps guy myself. I think that is that's better left for another crowd. I'm more of a Reese's kind of guy.
Yeah,
you know?
Or you love the jelly beans, right?
The jelly beans are fire. I just, you know, I'm not a big marshmallow kind of guy. Are you? Or is that
I can handle one.
One is good.
And with hot chocolate, you know.
Oh, that could be good. I guess I did never.
Or melted in the Rice Krispie treat, but that's about it.
It might be a good weekend for hot chocolate. I mean.
Oh, well, especially tomorrow morning.
Oh, yeah.
Let's take a look at our radar. And we got quite a light show going on just to the north of Sandpoint. Just a lot of lightning going right on through. I'll have the number here in a second. Coeur d'Alene saw a quick little spritz coming through. Spokane has been staying dry, of course, since this morning. Now, this system is going to move on. We have another chance of showers, but it looks like it's going to be for the evening or for the afternoon tomorrow. So look at this. We've had a total of 93 lightnings in the past 24 hours and 17 of them positive strikes. So just quite a lot of lightning. It's going to continue for the next hour or so just to the north of Sandpoint. So partly cloudy for your Easter AM tomorrow. More light rain expected in the afternoon. Pretty good chance of it. Drier next week, and we have a warming trend on the way. Jordan, 70-degree temperatures are going to return, so at least near it. So looking forward to that. So current temperatures, 51 right now in Coeur d'Alene. Again, quick shower activity there about 20 minutes ago. Spokane, 56. Pretty chilly into our evening hours. We have nowhere near the 60s, but as I was saying, Coeur d'Alene's been in the halo of this cooler temperature in Montana. Look at these temperatures, 44 for Missoula, 39 at Lookout Pass, so chilly conditions. 24-hour temperature change, not too much of a change from yesterday. We're going to be even cooler tomorrow and then stay right there for Monday, and then we'll start to warm up in our next work week. Low temperature trends, look at this. We are going to be Tuesday early morning, Wednesday early morning. We're still going to be right around that freezing mark, maybe a little bit of a spike as we get to the end of our next work week. But still, our overnight lows have been chilly. Overnight tonight, not too bad. Still maybe a little bit of residual thunder and lightning for Bonners Ferry and Sandpoint. Other than that, mid to upper 30s, so warmer than it has been. And the average last freeze for many of our areas looks to be in the middle to early part of May. Spokane is May 4th, so we're definitely keeping an eye out for that. Pretty much that's the time you can turn on your sprinkler systems. All right, looking at 20% chance of shower activity tomorrow and Monday, and then dry conditions into our next work week. So things are looking pretty nice. So our forecast radar, tomorrow morning, a little bit of cloud coverage. Then as we move on into the afternoon, that's when those showers are going to show up or have a possibility of showing up. At worst, though, we will see more cloud coverage. Then that will finally move on as we head into the rest of our week. But a little bit of shower activity Monday afternoon as well. But after that, we should be much, much drier. Winds, 15 to 10 miles per hour tomorrow, so a little bit of breezy conditions. 7-day forecast, 56 tomorrow. There's the Easter Bunny, 56 on Monday, and then we'll slowly warm up and look at Thursday and Friday, right at the upper 60s, could reach 70 degrees. Looks like a good chance those showers late Friday into Saturday. So folks, for your Easter Sunday, partly cloudy and chilly for your morning, showers could return in the afternoon.
Meet the youngest adrenaline junkies here in Spokane County. Though these kids are about 10 years away from having a driver's license, one program in Airway Heights is getting these kids behind the wheel for one of the coolest sports around. Sydney Berger is going to join us later on with the inside scoop about the program that's feeding these kids need for speed. That's coming up here later on. I promise you won't want to miss it. The Post Street Bridge could be getting a brand new name. A coalition including the current and former mayors want to rename it after Dr. John Moyer. Moyer co-founded Friends of the Falls, which developed the Great Spokane River Gorge that runs underneath the bridge. The measure would be an honorary name change of the bridge. Post Street would not be renamed. The Planning Commission will decide next week whether to send the matter to the full City Council for consideration. The City of Spokane is launching a new program that hopes to make our community safer. Through a partnership with Catholic Charities, first responders in Spokane will now have 3 emergency shelter beds reserved for those homeless people they come in contact with that are open to receiving help.
And this is an opportunity for us when we have those interventions with folks who are willing to receive shelter, that we have a place to take them immediately.
Catholic Charities added 3 new beds to their main shelter downtown. It will keep them available for intake between 9 p.m. and midnight. When we come back, a community in mourning after a deadly campus shooting at Florida State University. How students and faculty are coming together following the tragedy that left 2 dead and 6 injured. That story straight ahead.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning. So you're looking for something to do? We got you. Want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you wanna do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Go to Lake Casino. At the Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
Resilience. At Shriners Children's, we're leaders in pediatric sports medicine. With expertise in sprains, tears, fractures, and other sports-related injuries. We're here to deliver the best care in the business and never allow your ability to pay for services to compromise the care your child needs. Because every great comeback starts with a game plan for empowering the extraordinary. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
At Consumer Reports,
we're testers.
This organization accepts no advertising or sponsorship.
Since 1936.
Testing dishwashers, TVs, cars, vacuums.
We buy directly from stores, just like you.
Making sure products are safe.
And that they last.
Because we're advocates.
Engineers and scientists. We're testers. We're Consumer Reports.
Join us.
For over 43 years, Northwest Fence has been selling and installing the very best fences in the region. From high-end commercial to small residential projects, no fencing job is too big or too small, which is why we are proud of our 5-star Industry Leader Awards that reflect our hard work and dedication to every job. So this spring, if you need a new fence or possibly a beautiful automated security gate, give us a call for a free quote at Northwest Fence. Nobody builds them better.
Attention, Eastern Washington and Western Idaho shoppers. The great $500,000 Spokane Ennis inventory liquidation just got better. Many items have been reduced even more off our already slashed prices. Save big during the remaining days of our inventory liquidation. You'll still find plenty, all famous furniture brands. This entire inventory has been slashed and it all has to go. Now, see it all at our temporary off-site showroom at 7503 North Division, next to Big 5. Believe us, you will not be disappointed.
4 News Now is brought to you by Gamma Knife.
Welcome back. Tonight, we're learning more about the victims of that deadly shooting at Florida State University. The suspect shot by police and taken into custody just 5 minutes after the first shots rang out. But in that short time, 2 men lost their lives. 6 other people were injured. Here's ABC's Faith Abube with the latest from Tallahassee.
The Florida State University community coming together as they remember the victims of Thursday's tragic campus shooting.
Everybody's just shocked and sad and angry, and you could just kind of feel it in the crowd, like especially at the beginning when everybody just got super quiet.
The shooting rampage left 6 people injured and 2 men dead. Robert Morales, a former assistant football coach at a nearby high school, and Tiru Chaba, a father of 2 who was working for a campus vendor. Investigators releasing a timeline saying the suspect arrived at an FSU parking garage at 11 a.m. Nearly an hour later, at 11:56, the first shot fired. The entire shooting lasting less than 5 minutes. By noon, police shooting the alleged gunman after they say he ignored commands to drop his weapon. The suspect identified as 20-year-old FSU student Phoenix Eichner. Investigators say the gun he allegedly used belonged to his stepmother, a local sheriff's deputy.
This was her personal weapon. It was a previous service weapon, but it was now her personal weapon.
Among those injured, 23-year-old grad student Madison Askins shot from the back trying to run for her life.
All I could think of is what my mom and dad always told me to do during an active shooter drill. Stay down, play dead. So I released all the muscles in my body, closed my eyes, and I held my breath.
Today, Madison taking her first steps since being shot. The hospital also saying they released one patient. The other 5 remain hospitalized, all in good condition. The suspected shooter also remains in the hospital.
Meantime, investigators tell me that suspect will be charged and arraigned once he's released from the hospital. Investigators are still coordinating that with his doctors, and once he's discharged, he's heading straight to jail. Faith Abube, ABC News, Tallahassee, Florida.
Well, you've probably heard the phrase, it takes a village when it comes to raising kids, and now local organizations are coming together to help parents find that village. When we come back here, hear from the parents and their kids about their experiences in the Strengthening Families program and details about an upcoming session that's still ahead.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Seems like everyone's going country these days. Let me show you how it's done. Yep, that Nashville hot sweet heat is here on my 100% all-white meat popcorn chicken starting at $5.99. Tastes good to go country. Get so much more. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Life is an opportunity to grow, to feel, to excel. Life moves at its own pace, daring you to keep up. Life pushes you to be better, to go farther. Life has you here. We're just here to help.
All across Washington, people are coming together
to restore our rivers and streams.
We're planting trees and shrubs to cool and purify the water,
making it healthier for salmon.
Each project improves water quality and creates new habitat for fish and wildlife.
The ripples of these projects will be felt for generations.
Be a part of the ripple effect by volunteering with your local conservation district.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a 0.99% APR on a 2025 Passport.
Our 2025 spring arrivals have landed at More Furniture. And this Easter weekend, we're doing something outrageous. For 72 special hours, we're offering 72 months interest-free financing on every purchase over $19.99. That's 72 full months with no money down and no interest. Whether you need a new sectional for game day or you're refreshing your entire home this holiday weekend, you'll get 72 months interest-free financing. Visit your local More Furniture this Easter Sunday with special hours from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
It's time to unveil my $4.99 jumbo breakfast platter with French toast sticks, grilled sausage patty, hash brown, and scrambled eggs. Man, that thing's still going. Uh-oh. Get so much more. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now, Special Edition.
Thanks for staying up with us here. Here's a live look from our station Skycam. This Saturday had a showery start to it, and there's a few chances for this wet weather to return tomorrow. We'll send things back to Jason Valentine for a look ahead. It might be a great idea to keep those coats handy for the Easter egg hunt tomorrow.
For 2 reasons. You're going to want that coat to keep you warm, And then if you're outside during the afternoon, you may need it for the rain. So good evening, Jordan. Well, welcome back to the weekends. Good to have you, buddy. Good Saturday evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We thank you for joining us. So quite a bit of lightning going on just to the north of Sandpoint, kind of running through the downtown at the moment. We had a little bit of shower activity coming through Coeur d'Alene. This will be moving along, and we're going to be looking at a pretty dry and mostly clear overnight period. That does mean we are going to have some pretty chilly conditions tomorrow morning early. So we are looking quite nice. Coeur d'Alene 51, 56 for Spokane. So again, these showers pretty much have come to an end for Coeur d'Alene. So we're just going to be seeing things kind of settle down there as we move on into the evening. We do expect to see some breezy conditions at times. 15 to 10 mile-per-hour winds are expected at times tomorrow. So just a little bit of breezy conditions. So keep that in mind, especially in the afternoon as we start to see that wetness. So overnight tonight, we are mostly clear. And depending on what time you're going to do your Easter egg hunt, 8 a.m., 10 p.m., or 10 a.m., excuse me, 42, 48. So it is going to swiftly start to warm up as we get to the 10 o'clock hour. We do expect to see highs in the mid-50s, so even cooler than today. I'll get you the exact timing for those showers. That's my full forecast. That's coming up.
All right, Jason, thank you. A Spokane Valley man is suing Spokane Valley police for falsely arresting him and using excessive force. Body camera footage shows Joshua Clark sitting in an SUV in front of his apartment when Officer Sam Turner opened his car door. Officer Turner was looking for a different man that had been trespassed from the same apartment complex. Clark's lawyer says incidents like this indicate a culture problem for Spokane Valley law enforcement.
We will not cover up for officers that blatantly lie in their reports and frame innocent citizens. This is unacceptable. That's the message that I would like to hear from the sheriff's office.
Clark was charged with felony assault of a police officer and resisting arrest, though those charges were later dropped. The city of Coeur d'Alene has officially filed charges against members of a private security firm seen dragging a woman out of that Republican town hall in Coeur d'Alene. In February, a clash between protesters and security firm Lear Asset Management was caught on camera, with Kootenai County Sheriff Robert Norris seen directing security to remove them. Now, 4 members of the firm face battery and false imprisonment charges. These charges stem from an investigation by the Coeur d'Alene Police Department, but KCRCC says conflicting reports are raising questions, especially one stating Norris never directly requested assistance. And you do hear the words, "get her out," when it comes to security identifying themselves. Coeur d'Alene City Code requires that security agents wear uniforms clearly marked with the word security on the front and the back of the uniforms. And video shows security agents did not comply with that code. We'll be sure to continue to update you with any new information as soon as this becomes available. Raising a preteen can be challenging, but you don't have to do it alone. Local organizations in Spokane are partnering together to offer a program that helps families build strong relationships with their children. Mary Sheridan tells us more about the Strengthening Families program and why parents say they're grateful for one more tool in their tool belt.
If you want to build a house, you can't just use a hammer. You got to have all the things. And if you want to build a child and a healthy family, you need a lot of tools.
For the past 7 weeks, families have gathered together in the library of Cheney High School with one goal: building a healthy foundation for their household. The Strengthening Families program welcomes each and every family.
It doesn't matter what your background, socioeconomic factors, it really doesn't matter. I have 6 kids. I wish I would have had this when I was raising my family.
Debbie Gerber is a facilitator for the program. She connects with parents and their kids in separate and joint sessions each week to break down a wide variety of subjects.
Talking to your parents much more and saying no to types of drugs or peer pressure and going more in depth on those school things that school doesn't always have the time for.
Ace says he's really bonded with the other families in the program, but when his mom first signed the family up,
she told me, I was like, oh, normal teenager thing.
So it kind of encompasses everything that families go through.
Trisha Madison found out about this program through an email, and she's glad she did.
As parents, we've learned a lot, different communication tactics and how to run like a family meeting.
Facilitators of the program say that being able to talk with your kids is becoming increasingly important, especially when it comes to preventing substance abuse. Data from the Healthy Youth Survey shows that alcohol use grows exponentially among kids in Spokane County from 6th to 8th grade. This is the same for marijuana use. Strengthening Families shows parents and their kids how to establish healthy boundaries early.
I'm trying to create a life for my children that I didn't ever really have demonstrated for me.
Georgette Springs says she's seen real results from this program in just the first few weeks.
Throughout this entire process, I've seen changes that I think are going to stick.
The program is welcoming families of 9 to 14-year-olds in the East Valley School District. It's a 7-week program that begins April 24th. Families meet on Thursdays from 5:30 to 8 p.m. And accessibility is an important part of this program. Strengthening Families is completely free and dinner is provided. We've got the link to register on our website, kxoy.com. Reporting in studio, Mary Sheridan, 4 News Now.
Sounds like some great resources for families here. Thanks for that, Mary. And coming up next on 4 News Now, sports. You won't want to miss the action on the racetrack over in Airway Heights. Hear from some of the youngest competitors who are putting the pedal to the metal years before they'll get their driver's licenses. Don't go anywhere.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
Attention, Eastern Washington and Western Idaho shoppers. The great $500,000 Spokane Ennis inventory liquidation just got better. Many items have been reduced even more off our already slashed prices. Save big during the remaining days of our inventory liquidation. You'll still find plenty, all famous furniture brands. This entire inventory has been slashed and it all has to go. Now, see it all at our temporary off-site showroom at 7503 North Division, next to Big 5. Believe us, you will not be disappointed.
4 News Now and the Spokane Indians are teaming up to bring you an Education Day game. Families will enjoy a day of fun activities, including an educational booklet for each student and a chance to learn about the history of the Spokane Tribe of Indians, all while cheering on your Spokane Indians to victory. And when you come out to the stadium, bring a new or gently used coat to help out Coats for Kids. Come out to the park April 22nd. Spokane Indians Education Day game. Brought to you by these sponsors.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Wherever you need us, American On Site.
For over 43 years, Northwest Fence has been selling and installing the very best fences in the region. From high-end commercial to small residential projects, no fencing job is too big or too small, which is why we are proud of our 5-star Industry Leader Awards that reflect our hard work and dedication to every job. So this spring, if you need a new fence or possibly a beautiful automated security gate, give us a call for a free quote at Northwest Fence. Nobody builds them better.
At the Coeur d'Alene Casino, we love the sound and excitement of winning. So much so that we paid out over $73 million in 2024. That's a lot of woohoos. That's music to our ears.
Winning is just the beginning.
4 News Now is brought to you by Kerner Furniture.
Typically, you have to be 16 years old to drive, but Spokane Kart Racing Association is the place to be if your little one has that need for speed.
Sydney Berger was out in Airway Heights getting the inside scoop about a program for the youngest go-kart racers to help them learn more about the sport.
That's 6-year-old Aria. She's still a decade away from getting her actual driver's license, but kids as young as 5 can hop in a kart and fulfill their need for speed.
usually after a couple laps, they've got it down and they're just out there hauling. The kids, they love it. They love the speed. They oftentimes come off and say that they want their kart to go faster.
The Kids Kart Academy lets 5 to 7-year-old racers rent a kart, experience 5 races, and unlimited practices before the young speedster and their family decide if they want to make the full investment. And if you ask the kids, they wouldn't have it any other way.
It's funner than anything else! I want to drive the car when we want to go home.
Okay, oh wow, so you want to drive a real car? Spokane Kart Racing Association is making go-karting more accessible to try out while involving the whole family.
Feel good? Did you have fun? Yeah.
And raising awareness about the possibilities of the sport.
After a couple races, they start to even learn the racing line. So not only is a 5 or a 6-year-old navigating the track and keeping it on the track at those speeds, they're learning how to hit the apex, how to come out of each turn, throttle modulation. They're doing all of this at such a young age that it's truly impressive.
So I took advice from 6-year-old first place finisher Coraline before I hopped in a kart of my own.
I go fast and I try to remember the lines.
Okay, staying close to the lines, like at the turns, right? Yep, that's me. And for the record, the youngest ones on the track were still faster than I was. If you want to get involved, check out our website, kxly.com for more. Reporting in Airway Heights, Sydney Berger, 4 News Now Sports.
Well, thank you, Sydney, for that great story. Racing real fast. Got some good shots there. And we head from the asphalt to the diamond. The Spokane Indians, they're trying to avoid a 3-game losing streak against the Hillsboro Hops. And, oh, man, another night, another 1-run loss for Spokane. 4-3 the final. That is their 3rd in a row. They didn't drop 3 one-run games in a row all season last year. Jared Thomas, the Texan, snapping his 12-game hitting streak with an 0-for-3 performance. No Indians got a multi-hit game, nor any home runs. Spokane did have 3 runs in the top of the 5th to take a 2-score lead, but the Hops tied the game in the 6th, scoring the winning run in the 8th. Indians need to win tomorrow's Game 6 to at worst tie the series. First pitch, 1:05 p.m. back in Hillsboro, Oregon. Spokane Chiefs locked in an electric playoff overtime. I cannot get over this game. I had to run out here to anchor. I'm so excited to watch the end of this 4-4 game in overtime. It was a 4-1 Victoria lead. Chiefs outscored the Royals 16-1. Yes, that's correct. In the 3rd period, Shea Van Olm, pair of goals tonight. Owen Martin and Berkeley Catton, the other 2. Leading goal scorer Andrew Crystal. He's got 3 assists. But no matter what happens, we'll have Game 6 back in Spokane this coming Tuesday night. It's such a fun day for sports overall, even with some losses. You know, we had some tight baseball games, playoff hockey, the go-kart racing. What's better than that?
I don't know. I think Sydney might have just opened my eyes to the whole world of go-kart racing. That was, how fun was that?
Hey, it looked like so much fun, but I understand she was saying it's a little scary to go super fast. I'm a little scared to go super fast, too.
I don't blame her at all. And she was flying down the track, and the kids were like, you can go faster than that, Sydney. You can put the pedal to the metal already, you know?
They're so brave.
Oh,
These
man.
brave kids, I love them.
Oh, yeah. Well, all right, stay with us here. We're coming back with a new Air 4 adventure right here after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
And Consumer Reports.
We're testers.
This organization accepts no advertising or sponsorship.
Since 1936.
Testing dishwashers, TVs, cars, vacuums.
We buy directly from stores, just like you.
Making sure products are safe.
And that they last.
Because we're advocates.
Engineers and scientists. We're testers. We're Consumer Reports.
Join us.
Attention Eastern Washington and Western Idaho shoppers. The great $500,000 Spokane Ennis inventory liquidation just got better. Many items have been reduced even more off our already slashed prices. Save big during the remaining days of our inventory liquidation. You'll still find plenty, all famous furniture brands. This entire inventory has been slashed and it all has to go. Now, see it all at our temporary off-site showroom at 7503 North Division, next to Big 5. Believe us, you will not be disappointed.
At Fred's, discover the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in our region. Introducing the new Electrolux 700 Series Alpine Green Washer and Dryer, an industry exclusive. 2 ways to sanitize. Remove bacteria and sanitize your way with the Cold Sanitize option, paired with Lysol Laundry Sanitizer, or use the NSF certified hot sanitize setting, the most efficient washer on the market. We sell appliances. Only appliances.
When we first found out that Claire had Down syndrome, it was through a genetic screening. I think once we went to Joya and saw how much life was at Joya, how much excitement, how much caring and kindness, it was one of those things that kind of put our minds at peace. Joya is really good about helping us push her in ways that she thinks is fun and that are age appropriate. Our goal for Claire is to be included in every classroom with her typical peers.
The biggest mattress event of the year is on now at More Furniture. It's the perfect opportunity to get your best night's rest ever with that Tempur-Pedic mattress you've been craving. It's never been easier. Right now, get 72 months interest-free financing. Make 72 equal monthly payments. Pay absolutely no interest. And best of all, no money down. We'll also provide free white glove delivery and removal of your old mattress. Visit your local More Furniture showroom for a test rest today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic.
Welcome back. For a lot of families, there's no better way to spend the day than casting a line into one of our many lakes and rivers. But in this week's Air 4 Adventure, we're taking you up above for a stunning look at a prime fishing spot just outside Coeur d'Alene. Let's go for a ride on the Air 4 drone over Fernan Lake.
Fernan Lake is where we are at today. I think it's the adrenaline rush of it. It's probably what it is. The minute that I feel that bite or that end, that something on the end of my line, I think that's like I don't know, it's like an addictive feeling that kind of gets you hooked every single time you do it. Hammered on a jerkbait all the time by trout. I love fishing for trout. That's how I grew up fishing. The one thing that I love about North Idaho is we have such a healthy trout population. That's one thing I think we take pride in a lot. And so when I see them stocking the lakes and everything, it makes me so excited to go out and catch those trout.
We're interested in taking rainbow trout in order to understand how anglers use those fish when we stock them in lakes. We want to make sure that the trout we're stocking are being used to their fullest potential. Specifically, we were putting T-bar anchor tags in rainbow trout. Each tag has a unique number, and there's a phone number on the tag and allows anglers who might catch that fish to call and report the tag and their catch of that fish. We were at the Sandpoint Fish Hatchery. That facility is not used to raise fish anymore, but it is a distribution center for rainbow trout being stocked throughout the Panhandle region. We stock somewhere around 15 to 20 lakes in the Panhandle region with rainbow trout. We use hatchery fish for a variety of reasons. One of the most common reasons is to make fishing better. So we're interested in putting fish in places that might not have enough fish to make angling successful, or just to provide a harvest opportunity where wild populations might not support a lot of harvest. Today we're going to stock probably around 800 fish or so, I think. Fernan Lake in particular, place we're at today, does get a lot of the rainbow trout that we stock in the region. It's one of the places that has really good angler access, and we want to provide a great opportunity to catch these fish at a place where people can get at them. So Fernan Lake's a great place to do that.
On a beautiful day, I just like to absorb the good weather, honestly. Like, life throws so many harsh things at people and so many unexpected things. I just like to take the good things while I have it and enjoy them and take advantage of fishing, something I love to do.
Nothing like catching a fish. Good Saturday evening, everyone. Hope you've had a wonderful weekend so far. We have quite a bit of shower activity just kind of coming to an end through the Sandpoint area. Also came through Colville, and quite a lot of thunder and lightning going through that area. We actually had 122 of them, so that's a pretty good number. We didn't expect that much. Now that system is going to be moving on, and we're going to be seeing more clear skies as we move into our overnight period. So partly cloudy skies for your Easter morning. More light rain, though, is expected in the afternoon, or a good chance of it. At worst, we'll see more cloud coverage come in. It is going to be drier next week and a warming trend on the way. If you enjoyed that 70-degree temperature last Tuesday, you're going to get it back as we move into next week. So current temperatures 50 degrees right now in Coeur d'Alene. It's been pretty chilly in Coeur d'Alene. They saw some shower activity about an hour ago. 54 in Spokane, and rest of our areas mid-40s to mid-50s. So 24-hour change. It is a little bit chillier for the Panhandle exactly where we were for Spokane, and a little bit cooler the more west we go. But do get ready for even cooler temperatures tomorrow. We're going to be right around our average. So our overnight lows, they are a little warmer, but still chilly. We're in the upper 30s to lower 40s for most of our areas. Even Colville, you're above that freezing mark. Could see a residual shower or two for Sandpoint and Bonners Ferry, but pretty much that system is going to be moving on. So our chances of rain tomorrow for your Easter Sunday, 20% for Monday as well. Then things will be drying out as we get into Tuesday and on into the rest of the week until we get to looks like Friday evening. So our forecast radar overnight tonight, we are looking mostly clear. And as, tomorrow morning, though, we are going to see cloud coverage start to form. So it will be cloudy if you have an early Easter egg hunt. Then by the afternoon, we'll see those showers, just little bits and pieces of showers into the area. That'll continue for the next couple of hours until about sundown. Then on Monday, we expect to see shower activity return in the afternoon. So more little bits of showerlets, let's call them, then they'll be moving along. So current winds, we are in the mid to upper teens. We do expect to be in the mid to upper teens tomorrow. So a little bit of breezy conditions for your Easter Sunday. So again, chilly and partly cloudy in the morning. Hopefully that's when you do your Easter egg hunt. Then by the afternoon, windy and a little bit of shower activity. So tomorrow and Monday, 56 your high. Then we slowly start the ascent. Look at Thursday and Friday in those upper 60s. So warm temperatures are on the way. Folks, hope you have a wonderful Easter Sunday. 4 News Now returns after this.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
For over 43 years, Northwest Fence has been selling and installing the very best fences in the region. From high-end commercial to small residential projects, no fencing job is too big or too small, which is why we are proud of our 5-star Industry Leader Awards that reflect our hard work and dedication to every job. So this spring, if you need a new fence or possibly a beautiful automated security gate, give us a call for a free quote at Northwest Fence. Nobody builds them better.
Attention Eastern Washington and Western Idaho shoppers. The great $500,000 Spokane Ennis inventory liquidation just got better. Many items have been reduced even more off our already slashed prices. Save big during the remaining days of our inventory liquidation. You'll still find plenty, all famous furniture brands. This entire inventory has been slashed and it all has to go. Now, see it all at our temporary off-site showroom at 7503 North Division, next to Big 5. Believe us, you will not be disappointed.
Did you know Corsair is an old-timey word for pirate? Me neither. But more importantly, it's a new-timey word for a luxury car that'll shiver your timbers at Northern Quest. It's the $110,000 Corsair Conquest giveaway. Play daily with your Camus Rewards card and you could set sail in a brand new Lincoln Corsair. Grand prize drawing May 31st. Pre-party from 2 to 6 p.m. in case you're feeling, you know, pillagey.
We've never spoken, but you've told us many things. You told us you love stargazing, almost as much as you hate parallel parking. Remember how you forget to charge your phone? All good. That heavy right foot of yours? We got you. The Lexus ES didn't begin in a studio, it began with you.
All right, folks, here's a look at your Easter Sunday. Again, chilly in the morning hours, bundle up, and then could see showers in the afternoon. Winds are going to be 15 to 10 miles per hour, highs in the mid-50s. So a very spring-like, I guess that's apropos for the latter part of April. So just get ready for Easter with a little of everything, but the morning should be dry, unlike we saw this morning with those showers all morning.
Yeah. Well, hey, while you're celebrating Easter, there's a poll that we're doing on whether or not you eat your chocolate bunnies ears first or feet first. I don't know if you guys have ever thought about that.
Feet first is wrong.
I agree with that. Like
Ears.
Instinctively, like Ears? What do you think, Jack?
I just pick it up and just eat it. I just go crazy.
You just did the whole, how's it?
I just.
All right, it's on our YouTube page. You can just find the poll there.